Recently, the government has been funding research into using AI for medical screening in our country, and this is also happening elsewhere, such as America and the other nations. This is a really big step forward with regards to using AI, especially within the healthcare world, and it's being funded with a lot of government money. And just to clarify, this doesn't necessarily mean, like robots walking around and treating you, but it does mean that computer systems will be analyzing all this data and then doing medical screening via AI systems, which is fascinating. Your medical data could and probably will eventually be crunched down by an AI system that could screen you for illnesses and also diagnoses. But how would an AI system actually go about this? This is a super fascinating question, and it's incredibly intelligent. It's pretty cool. The first thing that a AI system that's trained to be used in the medical world would need to do is training. And no, it wouldn't be medical school, where you send a human off and they learn through experience and teaching, but they would learn through data, obviously. So training AI is actually the part that uses the most data because it has to crunch up everything and tag the right things. So the type of data that a medical AI system would have to use would obviously be like medical screening stuff. So it would have to understand how to use X-rays and medical images, and it would have to look for specific cues and points on those images to assess certain illnesses, which is fascinating. Of course, then you've also got the written out data. It would have to look through like lab results, and also a lot of medical documents and medical histories. We've got a lot of this crunched up already. So AI systems, I'm sorry, AI systems would just have to filter through these. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. Next, the AI system would have to go through like data training to be able to assess whether something is healthy or unhealthy. And it would do this by looking at different images. So it would be trained on what to look for. Let's use an example. Let's say you're testing for a tumor in the lungs. It would have to be able to look at a scan of the lungs that were healthy and a scan of the lungs that could indicate inflammation or a tumor. And it would have to look at the specific points in that image that it would need to see, and it would need to see that specific data in order to pick something up as healthy or unhealthy. And so the next part of the training would be looking at healthy and unhealthy and training the AI systems on that. Obviously, with that example, it's not just images that the AI would be screening, it's also data itself. So it would have to be able to tag specific points in that data to pick up on the cues of whether something would need a diagnosis or not. Not everything can actually be scanned, and so this is an important part. Now, one of the most important parts going forward with this, and I cannot stress how important this is going to be actual doctors, actual medically trained healthcare professionals working with the AI, not the AI working on its own. There would need to be some kind of an overseeing by doctors and medical professionals of the recommendations and predictions that AI has made, just to ensure that they are safe and that nothing bad is happening. Obviously, one of the most important things to factor in with AI is that it's morally, okay, and AI itself doesn't have morals, and it also can't hold itself accountable, because it's just trained based off of data collection, and so we'd really need medical professionals working alongside it to make sure that this stays ethical, and nobody is missed, with regards to incorrect data analysis or also bias, which is an important one. There was a medical AI system in America that was trained to do medical screening and predict future medical costs, and medical needs, and it was unintentionally biased against people of color and Black people, because it crunched up data, and obviously statistically there's really bad discrimination within America, and there's built-in systemic racism, and so the AI system took down the amount of money that the patients had paid for medical care, and it discriminated against Black people because statistically Black people were less likely to be spending money on medical care because their needs were less likely to be met. And so the AI system was actually discriminating against Black people and suggesting that they might not need as much care going forward and might not need the same predictions going forward as the white patients who it was screening, which is obviously insanely unethical. And it's very important that going forward into the future of AI healthcare, this does not happen. Artificial intelligence, especially large language models, can struggle with these things called hallucinations. And they're not hallucinations in the same way that a person struggling with schizophrenia would have them, but they are kind of episodes where the AI either confidently predicts incorrect information or, just says something that's not really understandable at all. And so one of the main reasons why we'd need human oversight here, especially for medical professionals, is because obviously we do have a history of, different discrimination towards different groups, and it's very important that this will be collected in our data because we're everywhere and discrimination sadly does affect every single part of society. And so it's incredibly important that we do watch over this and make sure that it doesn't collect that data and do anything harmful with it. If AI is going to be beneficial for humans, it has to be beneficial for all humans and all of humanity. For this, it would need regular assessment and oversight just to make sure that it is running okay. This would be done by not only medical professionals, but also software engineers who can train the system and make sure that it is working how it's supposed to be working and it's not showing any bias or problematic behaviours or hallucinations. But the government is currently funding a lot, and I mean a lot of money into this at the moment. So, yes, you probably will be seeing AI be a part of like healthcare going forward into the future. A lot of people are very scared of AI because a lot of people discuss, super intelligent AI. But for what it's worth, at the moment, most of the AI we've got, if not all, is narrow AI. We haven't actually reached general AI, which is AI at human intelligence, and we definitely haven't reached super intelligent AI. So at the moment, it's pretty much beneficial, especially if we use it correctly. And no, it's probably not going to overthrow you using your medical records anytime soon. Something that is definitely a positive going forward is the fact that AI is pretty good when it comes to diagnosing. Because it can like hold so much data and because it can screen through so much data, it might actually be much better at diagnosing medical illnesses that could potentially be missed by a human. I'm going to stress here though that even though this is incredibly like fantastic going forward and could save so many lives. There is no version of medical AI coming up that doesn't involve doctors. Doctors are insanely important and they've been keeping us alive for an incredibly long time. And so even though the AI could predict stuff with more accuracy, we would need the doctors there just to double check and to check on our health. They've been protecting us for the longest time. So there's no version of medical AI without. But on top of the accuracy of the diagnosis, you would probably also be able to receive more personalized healthcare because an AI system can like sort of focus in specifically on your data alone and give you like medical treatment specifically based off the data it's collected and scanned through for you. So you would be able to receive more personalized healthcare from the AI system, which could be again incredibly beneficial. It is incredibly hard for a human being to remember everything about you, and I mean every single little thing, and then also remember every single little thing about the hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that they've seen during their lifetimes. And so this could also, it has massive potential to save lives and predict illnesses that you might not have yet, that it can statistically see that you're going to be more likely to develop. And this could save so many lives. So going forward, genuinely pretty excited about this. But yeah, going forward, it does look like AI is going to be a big part of the healthcare system. Obviously, going forward, it's going to become an even bigger part as well because AI can have continuous learning. So it can learn on top of what it's already learned. And going forward, this could be really progressive and really cool. I'm excited about it. With regards to job loss, I don't think we'll be seeing any job loss with regards to doctors. I do think that human input here is going to be incredibly important, especially whilst we're just setting it up. But the government are funding like billions into these type of researches, so this is going to be a big part of the future. And it's important to understand what's going on around you, especially with the advancements, advancements of AI. But yeah, I'm excited about it. Please don't be too worried. If you are, let me know and we can discuss in the comments. But overall, this looks really exciting. And so your future doctors might just be computers. Just don't let them see your search history.